welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that tests our panellists' ability to lie. On Lee Mack's team tonight, we have a rock star physicist, which means he can throw a TV out of a window whilst calculating its speed of trajectory. From Wonders of the Solar System is Professor Brian Cox. And a young Scottish comedian who's the funniest thing to happen to Glasgow since it was named European Capital of Culture. Kevin Bridges. And on David Mitchell's team, someone who spent the last 3 years in a coma, reliving the 80s. No, it's not Bruce Forsyth. From Ashes to Ashes, Keely Hawes! And a comedy actor who went to university with Rachel Weisz and Sam Mendes, so he's perfectly comfortable in the company of major stars. This will be a bit different for you tonight. It's Stephen Mangan! And so to round one, Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, so have no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. And first up is the mighty Stephen Mango Mangan.
Right. I have nicknames for both my big toes.
Lee's team, what do you think?
What's the nicknames?
Leslie and Scruple.
Oh, what?
Scruple.
Scruple?
Yeah.
Why Scruple?
Leslie was Leslie was the nickname me and my first girlfriend had for our baby that we were going to have. We were planned about getting married and having a kid, and we were going to call it Leslie as a joke because it's it's a nice name, but we weren't actually going to call it Leslie. And then one day the foot was out the end of the bed, and this is embarrassing.
And you thought, let's try for that baby.
I said, there it is, and she said, there's Leslie. It was just, it just stuck.
And what about Scruple?
Oh, this is ridiculous. There was a kind of... she was very religious, and she used to believe there was an angel. You had an angel of... You had
Steve,
a good angel...
to think about this.
You have a good angel and a bad angel on your shoulder who, when you're about to do something awful, will say, don't do it, or do it. So,
well, like you got on national television saying you got a nickname for your toe, that's all.
So Leslie, our baby, we wanted it to have the good angel to be dominant. We wanted Leslie to have scruples. So the other toe became Scruple. It was Leslie's kind of conscience.
This is how religions get started.
If he's made that up, he's an absolute genius.
Then I would imagine it's probably true. So what are you saying then, Lee?
It's true. It's got to be true.
You think it's got to be true?
It's got to be true. It's got to be.
Kevin?
I think it's true. Still think
it's true. And you think it's true?
I do.
And you're a professor. Do we call you doctor or professor?
Whatever you'd like.
So what are you going to say?
I'll go with the team and say that's true.
Saying it's true. OK. Steve Mangan, is it true or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
Well done. Very good. Yes, it's a lie. Stephen does not have nicknames for both his big toes. It'd be a bit weird to give your body parts silly names. As I said to my Lee Mack in the bath just the other day. My penis. Keely Hawes is next.
I lied to my husband that I was good at tennis and had to have secret lessons when he arranged a doubles match.
Oh, all right, there we are. Lee?
Why would you lie to your husband about
Because he wasn't my husband at the time, and I was trying to...
Woo him?
Woo him. He's very sporty, so I told him I could ski.
And has he subsequently asked you to go skiing?
He took me skiing.
Did you have to learn to ski?
It was truly terrible. Well, somebody called Just actually taught me how to ski.
Just?
I can recommend Just. Skiing. Yes, so, no, so I went and booked some lessons.
And what was he called, the instructor?
God, I can't remember.
And yet, Just, like that.
Yeah, but Just was like...
Keely, keep it together, it's falling apart.
Yeah, no, I can't remember.
What was the first thing you learnt on the tennis court?
How to bounce the ball.
And how do you bounce the ball? That was a quick
What do you
bounce.
mean? Well, it's only
What was
that
it, on
big
the-
and it's only there to there.
Well, I think you tell her gravity would have taken a bit longer to get down and all, wouldn't it? When you're playing on the moon.
It's not just gravity. You can give a bit of force.
You can impart an impulse to it, yeah.
That's it, impossible.
The rate of change of momentum is proportional.
Don't
to
push
the
it.
force.
Did you win?
I got there and I feigned an ankle problem
What
because I saw when I got there how good they were going to be.
So,
It was to impress him. I didn't think he'd start involving other people.
Is he a man for involving other people in general?
Right, we're not at a physicists' convention now. We'll keep this clean, please.
yeah.
Now, listen here. Did your husband ever find out about these secret lessons?
I told him.
You came clean.
I came clean on the night that I made him dinner, pretended that I'd cooked it, and then he...
Your whole life is a fabrication, isn't it?
fed it to him in the dark, and then he found the Tesco Express box.
Oh, no.
And then it all came out.
Did it?
I said, I can't play tennis and I can't cook.
My name's
And-
not Jeff.
So what are you going to say, Lee? Truth or lie?
True or lie?
I think it's true. I
think it's true?
believe that.
What do we think?
True.
I'll have to go with the team then. I'll say that's
So you're saying it's true? Oh, all right. Keely, truth or lie?
It's absolutely true.
well done, Steve. I was doubting that one. Nice work.
Yes, it's true. Keely did lie to her husband that she was good at tennis and she did have to have secret lessons when he arranged a doubles match. I had a relationship go wrong because I couldn't play tennis. Looking back, I should never have told that bloke I was Sue Barker. Kevin, you're next.
I once accidentally bought a horse.
Sorry? You bought a what?
A horse.
A horse. Sorry, I missed the S.
You claim that you once accidentally bought a horse. Am I right?
You're right.
Right, fine. We're all clear. Under what circumstances? What did you think you were buying?
I never thought I was buying anything. I thought I was renting.
Did you think you were renting a horse?
Yes.
Right. So you paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, "What the hell are you doing? I've been trying to get rid of Psycho for years."
That's pretty much it.
How long had you imagined that you were going to rent it for?
We thought we were going to rent it for like 25 minutes.
And did they charge you?
It was in Bulgaria on holiday.
Okay, so what did it cost in local Bulgarian currency?
What is the local Bulgarian currency?
We're going to
It was
lose.
200 lev. Lev, L-E-V. I don't know how you pronounce it, but lev.
200 lev.
200
And how
Bulgarian.
much is that in sterling, roughly?
Roughly, I
At
think
the
it's
time.
at the time, I think it was at £90. So we thought it
So
was a
you-
good deal
£90 for 25
for
minutes.
25 minutes on a horse.
But you said we thought we were going to rent it for 25 minutes.
There was me and my friend.
So you
It
were
was a
going to
lads' holiday. We were 18. We thought we'll go horse riding.
In Bulgaria.
in Bulgaria.
Did you question the odd sort of time slots they were going for?
No, the
I've
guy-
never been pony trekking, but I imagine they sort of rent you the horse for perhaps a couple of hours.
Oh, the
or,
guy-
or at least a solid half hour.
You get 25 minutes, and then the horse needs a break for 5 minutes, and then
And
somebody
then
else
you keep
comes.
the horse forever.
Oh, I never knew that.
What happened when you tried to take it back?
The guy explained to us that the guy was gone. The guy.
Never say the phrase on this game. The guy explained to us that he'd gone.
Well, there was two.
Never say that.
There was two different guys. There was two
Yeah,
guys.
go through me if you want to speak to my client.
We are
There was guys. There was guy A. Guy A.
That's a Bulgarian name.
Very well known. The most famous Bulgarian name.
Guy Dimitri. I think that. No, a guy A. And guy B. Right.
Right.
We thought we were going horse riding, and we were heading towards the place where you actually hire the horse.
Stables?
The official. The stables, right?
Honestly, even I think he's making it up, and I'm on his team.
Bit of patience, Brian, come on. Right. We met a guy on the way who had a horse, and we thought he was doing that thing, in Asda, when you've got a shopping trolley, and you're taking it back, and somebody else needs a trolley, and you say, "Do you want that one?" So we thought the guy was saying,
No need to go all the way to the actual stable. I'm from the stable,
Yeah.
so just hire this horse.
That's what the guy said?
Yeah.
So we thought, all right, there was a bit of a communication breakdown. There was a Bulgarian guy trying to speak English and two Scottish guys trying to speak English. So we thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back in 25
Were
minutes.
you not surprised? I mean, I've never been on holiday to Bulgaria, but I imagine that things would be a bit cheaper in Bulgaria than in Britain. Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
It was 25 minutes each, so there was two of us.
Right.
So we chipped in for a horse for 25 minutes each.
But still, even if you thought you were going to get 25 minutes each, that's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
Let's forget about the 25 minutes.
Just forget about the horse.
Let's forget about the horse, yeah.
That's absolutely, obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables...
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's
No
gone.
sign of him.
No, he's gone.
So you say to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme. We hired this horse for 25 minutes at an extortionate rate. Nevertheless, here it is. And what did he say?
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable,
No.
but to the random
We never got
point
right.
in the road. A couple of hundred yards from the stable. So you, bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? I would have thought that logically, when you were returning it, having thought that it had come from the stable, but you'd been lucky not to have to walk to the stable before hiring it, you might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to, rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from, I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, go, come over here! Come and get your own horse! At which point, locals start waving, go, no! You keep!
Kevin, look at me. You're taking the horse back.
Look at me!
What happened next?
Come on, Kevin. Come on.
Right. So where are we taking off from?
You're taking the horse back.
Let's go back to the start.
Kevin Bridges, for the love of God, please tell us what happened.
Right. We bought a horse. We thought we'd rented the horse. We'd done the horse riding, took it back to the initial place we picked up the horse.
Yes.
Locals explained we'd went to a counterfeit horse guy. It wasn't the official horse riding stable.
This was a counterfeit horse. This wasn't a genuine horse. This was maybe two guys in a costume.
That would explain the 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't only do 25 minutes.
The giveaway was after 25 minutes, I won't win. Right, let's crack on, lads.
So, David's team. What do you think? Truth or lie?
I mean, the trouble with this game is it plays tricks with your mind. But I don't think it's true. You don't really.
It's got to be, hasn't
It's
it?
got to be a lie.
Got to be a lie.
Yeah.
Saying it's a lie. Right, so here we go. This it really is.
Here's the moment.
This is more than any other episode I've done of this show. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Kevin Bridges, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Unbelievable. I'm Next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim that it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please give a warm welcome to this week's special guest, Drac. Welcome, Drac. So, Kevin, what is Drac to you?
This is Drac. He's my dad's friend. He took me out for a driving lesson and I reversed through a chip shop window.
Brian, please explain how you know Drac.
Well, this is Drac, the roadie that left me gaffer taped to a lighting rig for over an hour.
Right. And finally, Lee, what's your connection?
This is Drac. And I presented him with first prize at the National Pie Awards 2009.
So, David's team, begin your investigation.
Lee, where were the National Pie Awards held?
Birmingham.
What was the venue?
The venue was the Hilton Hotel.
Right. Hilton
What kind
Hotel
of
in
pie
Birmingham.
was it?
Well,
The one?
he made a selection. He didn't just make one pie. It was for his various pies. You don't just have one pie. It's
So
not like...
Was he various pie maker of the year?
No, he won the big prize at the end, National Pie Maker of the Year.
So he won the overall award. Were there, like,
No,
separate...
he didn't have the best overall.
What were the separate awards? Were there like apple pie, steak and kidney pie, and then Drac won the big, you know, like best film, best pie?
You don't just have one pie. You have to have, I think, two or three
I
pies.
think we understand that you have to demonstrate the ability to reproduce the pie. Otherwise, it literally is just one pie. And as soon as the judges have tasted it, well, what does it matter? That was a pie. That pie's gone.
It was two or three pies he produced that year, but I
Two or three. I think he wants to up production, actually.
They've done the pie tasting and judging on another occasion.
Yeah, they'd voted on it. People had voted on it, and there was like a pop chart. It's a pie chart.
He brought...
It was... you like the pie chart, Gav, didn't you? I thought you'd like it.
Did you announce then the winner is Drac, or did you say his full name, which is...
I said the winner is Drac.
What about Brian and
Brian gaffer
Kevin?
taped to a lighting rig. For how long?
Over an hour.
Over an hour. Why, may I ask, were you gaffer taped to a lighting rig in the first place?
I was the youngest member of the band, and I was probably not behaving in a way deemed appropriate for a member of a band in the presence of road crew.
What were you doing?
I don't remember. I think I was just being a general, you know,
How did you get down?
pain. Well, they had to get me down because it's a lighting rig. It was like one of
Wait
Wait a minute. Drac, on his own, grabbed you because you were doing something you shouldn't be doing, like maths homework. He carries you up a ladder to a lighting rig 20 metres above the stage, and then he gaffered you round.
He was the tour manager, actually. So he ordered the rest of the crew to put me on the ground, gaffer me up into a ball, put a harness on, and then attach me to lighting rig at the Hammersmith Odeon and left me there for over an hour.
Was that when you wrote Things Can Only Get Better?
And you can't remember what you did that had offended them?
No, I think it was just a build-up, I think, of absolute annoyance over many weeks.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
OK, so Kevin Bridges, it was something to do with the car.
Well, yes, he's a friend of your dad's and he took you on a driving lesson.
Yeah.
And you ended up reversing through a chip shop window.
Yeah. His name's Duncan.
Duncan.
It gets called Drac because it's like D-R-A-C, and he used to be known as Duncan from the RAC because he's a driving instructor, and then that got shortened to...
What were you trying to do, a three-point turn? What was...
No, it was the first lesson,
Right.
and we thought we'd do reversing because that's Drac's attitude.
As soon as once you've learned going backwards, going forwards is a piece of cake.
It's the way he sees life and the way he sees driving tuition.
But...
You've got a chip shop by the side of a road, so the car is not facing... The front of the back of the car is normally not facing a chip shop, is it?
No, it was in the car park of the chip shop.
A chip shop with a car park?
Have you not been to Scotland before, David?
So this is like a kind of IKEA scale
It's a
chip
massive
shop.
chip shop. I worked in this chip shop.
So you're in the car park by the chip shop window.
Yeah.
And you get in the car for the first driving lesson, and he says, first things first, reverse it.
So why didn't he press the brake when he saw you hurtling backwards towards the chip shop?
He was busy trying to design his new pork pie.
So, right, David C, we need an answer. Is Drac Kevin's driving instructor, Brian's gaffer taping roadie, or Lee's prize-winning pie maker? What are you going to say?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, Kevin's story sounds implausible, but we've been down this road before. Frankly, nothing would surprise me. If he said he'd unscrewed his leg and it had walked to China on its own, I'd believe him. Leading a corporate, isn't pies a bit... He's northern, he's doing a pie handing out prize, isn't it?
But then again, if you're doing the Pie Awards, that's... Who would you go to other than Lee?
Can you just say that to camera? I'll give him some available dates.
And what about Brian's?
Very good specific story about the winch and the Hammersmith Odeon and...
Yeah.
But it does seem quite a cruel thing to do.
I think he probably could have been irritating enough for them.
Yeah,
to
I
win.
think so. I don't think that's in question, to be honest. What's it going to be?
Say Brian.
Say Brian.
Yeah, come on.
Brian. We think it's Brian.
You're saying Brian?
Yes.
OK. Would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Drac. I'm the roadie that gaffer taped Brian to the fighting threats.
Thank you very much for coming on, Jack. So at the end of that round, David's team have 4 points and Lee's team have 2. Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, in which our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but also against the clock. So we start with... Oh, it's David.
I've had to prise open my bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off.
What do you use to prise open the door?
Just my fingernails. And you have to go to the top of the door jamb.
Is it an out or a... No,
It depends which side.
Do you live on your own?
I can answer that.
I have a flatmate, but it's just my bedroom, yeah.
It's only you that has the inconvenience.
So you have to do...
I'm absolutely the only person who ever needs to get in or out.
He speaks to me with a stare, and I don't know...
That's just, you know,
Don't
a
say
look
anything.
of resignation.
Why haven't you just whipped out a knob and affixed it to the entrance?
Basically, it's not really... You can't just screw it back on because the holes that the screws...
The thread's gone.
That's it!
Keely, speaking as the only woman, in your single days before you settled down...
Oh, God.
And
Yes.
you'd have been met as David and you'd be getting on like a wildfire and he said, well, why don't you come back to my... I know you don't like this. I know you don't like it. It's either this or Ronnie Corbett.
Right.
Why don't you come back to my apartment and we could settle down and have a game of Boggle? So you go there, and he said, well, why don't we go upstairs? And you go upstairs and you get to the door and there's no handle or knob. Would that put you off?
This actually happened to me once.
David! You're a dark horse.
I don't remember.
I stayed over, and when I got up in the morning to leave, I couldn't get out. And I didn't know where I was.
You didn't know where you were?
Wow, really?
I had to ring the fire brigade.
I think I
had
should
to
say,
crawl
at this
out
point,
of the
this was
window.
not at my house.
And they had to come and put a ladder up to the window and give me a fireman's lift out.
Where was the man who you'd gone back with?
He'd gone to work.
He'd gone to work and
you-
locked
oh,
you
but
in
you
for
didn't
later.
know?
Didn't know.
She'll keep till I get back. Wow. OK, what are you going to say, Lee?
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
It looks like a man that's got well-maintained doors.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a lie.
OK, then we'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David Mitchell, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. David has had to prise open his bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off. And next. Oh, it's Lee.
Possession.
All right, take out the box, pop it on the desk, and read the card.
It's a set of children's cutlery. This is the children's cutlery I used when I went on a special diet. It helped to make the portions on my plate seem bigger.
David's team, do you believe that?
So, Lee, how long did you use the cutlery for, then?
Well, if it was a big meal, 10 minutes.
In terms of weeks or months? How long
Nothing was that big.
How long was the period of your life for which you used children's cutlery in order to lose weight?
Swallows.
I know it doesn't take you that long to invent 6 months.
6 months.
Did you sort of take them, if you were going to a restaurant, did you take them with you?
No, I think you're mixing me up with a lunatic. You know, it's not a great... I mean, Keely, would you really want that on a date if I said, so, how did the tennis go, love? I could take it into the bedroom and go, you don't think it's big? Look at it against this. And that's a salad fork, let me tell you.
And what gave you the idea? Where was the inspiration for this?
I read it in a book.
You read it in a book?
Yes.
Which book was that?
The Book of Dieting.
The Book of Dieting?
No, it was a
Big book of stupid dieting.
Right, David, what do you think?
It's a lie.
Keely, are you in agreement with the rest
I
of
think
us?
that's a lie.
So you're saying no? OK. Lee Mack, were you telling the truth there?
It was a lie.
What a shock. It was a lie. Lee did not go on a diet which involved using children's cutlery for every meal to make his portions seem bigger. Oh, that noise signals time is up, and I can reveal that David's team has triumphed by 7 points to 4. But, of course, it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Kevin Bridges. Yes, a fine achievement for a young man of 24. As a Glaswegian, he can look back on that with satisfaction for the rest of his life. Another 10 years. Good night.